You're listening to The Word on the Streets with Joe Bingham, Jason Tasker, and Raj Pujada.
I saw your TikTok came up for me earlier, your new clip, and then I watched your other clip as well. You're killing at them Indian gigs, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Do you know how that video's flying?
Yeah, but I saw you. Have you seen it? It's got a joke about Diwali. And the crowd are loving it, but it's the happiest I've seen him on stage in a long time. Because I can see it in his face. He's like, this is material I can't do anywhere else, and it is killing. It's like I can't do this at Angel.
I only did it that day as well. But the next clip's all in another language. I don't know how you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It's in another language.
I didn't understand the punchline. You know what I mean? But I saw the shares going up, and I thought, they're loving this one. The people who speak Gujarati, it's popping, mate.
Gujarati,
yeah. This cunt's gonna sell out a tour of India.
Bespoke.
It's actually flying. I can't lie. It's doing very well. Look at that.
How many views you on?
Yeah, when I saw it, you'd only just put it up. There was like 16 likes, but
15.6.
That's decent.
Yeah.
When did you put it up? A few hours?
This morning, isn't it?
Nah. 4 hours ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
We could do some clips like that.
Trending, mate. Trending Diwali content.
Nah, this was the other one. This was just about not looking Gujarati.
Oh, so the people who do understand
Yeah.
what you were saying. So what is it? So what is it you were saying on that clip?
I'm basically saying, like, no one believes I'm Gujarati. So when I see, like, two old people talking about me.
But what did they say? Because that's the bit that was in Gujarati, isn't it?
Oh, like, look at this beast coming towards us. Let's
okay.
cross the road, is what it basically translates to.
And then you crossed the road.
And then I cross the road, and basically the last line is like a prayer.
Yeah.
A very popular prayer.
Yeah, because then you go...
Which no one would know.
You need God now.
Only God will save you now,
Yeah. It's niche.
It's certainly that.
But you need
That's why I didn't
niche.
put it on Instagram.
I reckon it'd do all right on
I
Instagram.
reckon all the racists follow me for the Madeline McCann joke.
Yeah, but it's
and I'd lose them all when I put, oh, this guy's fucking bilingual.
It's good for balance. It's good for balance, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
All your followers are them man that came down to defend the cenotaph on Saturday. You see, Tommy Robinson flew back into the country for it.
Where does he live now?
Yeah.
Mate, do you not remember? He moved out to Spain, and there was a load of people that saw him eating dinner with his family in Spain. And then, like, they walked up to him and I'm like, you fucking immigrant. he lost it. Yeah, he moved out to Spain. I don't know if he's back over here now. But fucking...
He's knocking about.
You know the thing that baffles me about the whole, like... Can you imagine waking up at 5 a.m. on Saturday? Like you're going to a football away day. Like you woke up at 5 a.m., you put your Stony on, and you've got the train down to London to defend the cenotaph. Like, that was your Saturday.
I'm not going to lie. What's the cenotaph?
It's the big, like,
Is it
war
like the
memorial
war
monument
monument? Yeah.
in London.
Right. What, it's just a block of...
Yeah.
Just a big
It's a
bit
statue.
of stone, basically.
Yeah.
It's like a plinth. And you get them all
What's
over.
a plinth?
Just like a pillar.
Oh, I thought plimps were filled with air.
No,
I
it's
think
a
what I
blimp.
don't get about
It's a blimp.
Could you imagine they were defending... A
Defending the
blimp
blimp
probably needs more
in
protection,
the air,
to be fair.
like anti-aircraft missiles and shit.
But the cenotaph, they're
Why is it called cenotaph?
I don't know, but they're to memorialise people who died at war. So, like, every town and city's got one. But that's the national one, basically.
Right.
So they
What's it got everyone's name on it and stuff?
I don't think it's like everyone's name.
Because
I think
like
that
7
one-
million died
Yeah,
or
I think that
something,
one's
yeah.
just for the general, like, the people who died.
Mm.
But weren't the whole thing, because they were doing a Palestinian march, they were like, well, we need to go and protect the cenotaph then. That was the whole thing.
But why? What does he mean by protecting? Protecting it
Just
from
to make
what?
sure that people didn't go there and like hang flags on it and shit. Basically, they were like, not this weekend. This is our weekend. It's Remembrance Weekend for our soldiers.
Right.
So
Yeah, but if there was no war,
Mhm.
the soldiers wouldn't go there.
Mhm.
They wouldn't die.
Mhm.
So surely freeing Palestine would stop any war,
Mhm.
and thus the result of why we have a Remembrance Day wouldn't happen.
we wouldn't need one in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you don't want to see any more centre paths being built.
Centre paths. This is a hot political take, yeah. Now, you know, the only thing that I thought that was weird about it as well is like, you remember that guy And he went a bit viral on Twitter because he did that tweet where it was like, this year when the clocks go back, I hope they go back to 1942 when this country had some backbone. And everyone was replying to him like, no, you really thought you'd cooked it, innit? This is just mental. But all I remember thinking with that was like, when we won World War II, like, is that what you think the prize was? That would be like no more foreigners in the country? Like, is that what they thought? Like, we've won World War II, now
What do you mean
England
we?
can just be England.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
We.
Well, yeah, your boys were back in case hard. But this is my point. It's like, we won World War II, and this like going like, yeah, that's back when this country was great. And it's like, so is that what you thought the prize was for winning World War II? That the country would only have white people in?
You know that day's not just for white soldiers either.
Nah,
It's for
anyone.
it's colonies soldiers as well. And so, you know. Did you see the video in the train station at Waterloo?
Nah.
Oh, that's horrible, that video.
Well,
I think I saw like a clip of it. Did someone have like an Arsenal shirt on?
Yeah.
What's it?
He's just, someone's filming and they've got like a Palestine flag. They're stood in Waterloo Station, probably in transit.
Good station.
And these group of lads walk past and they just lean into the cameras or lean into her face. I don't think they knew she was filming. And just went, fucking terrorist. And then they all went in. Like, it got very heated. And I just thought, watching that, I thought, that's 7 jobless people, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
At
might
the
as well
job
just
centre on Monday.
Yeah.
And then the, my taxes as an immigrant will pay them. What a weird world we live in.
It's quite a good way to lose your job, though, isn't it? You know, if you really want to leave somewhere, but you just find it really hard to say something to your boss.
what, like the banker who racially abused Sterling at Chelsea and then got sacked and no one would employ him? I could think of better ways to get the sack. You know what
There's
I mean?
another
Photocopy
geezer.
in your arse.
Who was that other geezer who like said something on Twitter and he worked for an estate agent and he got sacked?
Oh, mate, there's all sorts.
There's a guy on TikTok that just looks for those people and he's sick at it.
Oh, he just.
So if people like comment something racist.
Oh, like if they've got like an anonymous account.
No, sometimes it's got their picture or their name, so
Okay.
they've made an error. No, but he did one right. So he's like this guy's in a car, and he goes into the back of this woman who's Asian, Chinese, and she gets out and says, "Give me your insurance details," and he's like, "No, we'll just sort it out. I've got your number plate. Don't worry about it," sort of things. But obviously, you're not gonna leave thinking that, right? And then, but she's filming him, and he's calling her all sorts of racial slurs.
What
And
do you
then-
want to say, Devon?
We can fill the blanks in. All right.
Yeah. And then this guy on TikTok goes off and finds those people. And then he found that person had a business, found their business. But as soon as you do that, it's game over. You're getting 1-star reviews from the world. Shut his business down.
It's mad, isn't it?
Completely shut his business down.
The thing is, though, he's probably been operating like that for a while, hasn't he?
Wow.
Slightly unrelated question, to an extent, because when you said, I've wondered this for a while now. When you said the woman was Asian, Chinese,
Yeah.
so in America, when they say Asian person, that's what they mean. They mean like Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, whatever. They don't mean Indian or whatever.
Bangladeshi.
But over
Sri
here,
Lankan.
we'd be like, Asian has got a very blanket. Well, it's got a blanket coverage. It's a bloody big continent.
Mm.
But what do you consider if you were going to go like to that continental level? Like, do you consider yourself an Asian person?
Yeah.
In that sense.
Yeah. British Asian.
I just find it mad that like in America, like they would not refer to him as Asian.
Yeah,
What would
they'd
they
just be
refer
like,
to them as?
you're Indian.
I mean,
To them.
Latino more.
Yeah,
than
like,
America.
yeah. Once that's in your passport. mate.
Latin American.
Yeah.
Latino. I'm actually Raul in the United States.
You can be
Raul Pedro
you can be
Gonzalez.
you can be whatever you want to be, mate.
It's true.
That was the shit that I thought landed best for you when we were gigging in America. Your stuff about being Indian, but not looking Indian, and because I think to them, they couldn't get their head around that in the slightest. Like, to them, Indians are the man who owns the 7-Eleven or the bloke who drives their taxi. Like, Indians to them is Apu from The Simpsons. And
literally.
they could not get their head around that he opened his mouth, sounded like that, and was like, "I'm Indian," and they were like,
Like, you're lying.
Yeah.
"Would you remember when we were reading up on Vivek?"
Oh yeah.
and there was an article, like an actual printed article in the press that, do you know this Vivek geezer? I think he's spoken about him before.
Yeah, running for president.
Indian guy is running for president.
Oh, okay.
In America.
Yeah.
What's his surname?
Don't do that.
I know. It's a tricky one.
I'll Google it very quickly.
But this is the thing. In this article, they're talking about this Vivek and where he comes from and his business background and all this stuff. And all they keep referring to him as numerous times is the man with the funny surname.
Ramaswamy.
Nah, his name's Ramaswamy. Like, it's not that much of a mouthful.
Yeah, that's not the. That's
but
not.
they
I thought
literally keep saying the man with the funny surname in an article that was like printed in like the Bloomsburg Press or something.
Yeah, it was bonkers, wasn't it? But
What's happening with him now? What's he doing now? He was
Fuck knows.
big in the press when we.
Yeah, he
were
was,
over
and
there.
then he's just gone. He's just disappeared. My TikTok algorithm. This is how I get all my world news, obviously, TikTok. But yeah, he's just disappeared off my feed, actually. So I don't actually.
I went on TikTok. I never very rarely go on it. Just went on it to check the account, and what he kept suggesting to me was all those pimple popping videos. Like, is that a thing?
Yeah, I think it's like visual ASMR, isn't it?
I mean, I don't watch them. I think they're a bit horrible.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
can't
he suggested. I've never been on any of those. But that's what it was.
What TikTok
feeding
were
me.
you on? Ours.
No, I'm just on mine.
Oh
Basically.
right, yeah, cool. 'Cause the other one might have been me.
Oh, why do you watch them?
No, I hate them.
Because they were like, oh god,
Yeah, but it's a thing, right? Because like girls like doing it.
Yeah,
They're
people
like,
enjoy watching
let
it.
me get that.
Well,
yeah, but some of these were like ones that just keeps coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they get mad
well-
numbers. I'll just get like pedo hunter videos.
Oh dear.
That's all I'll get on TikTok is just some bloke being chased down an alleyway. Like, all this, I'm sorry.
They
I
never
didn't
run,
know."
do they? They never run.
I've seen one where they run and they tackle him to the ground,
Really?
and then he's
Are
like,
they
"I'm-"
allowed to do that?
Yeah, it's like citizen's arrest, isn't it? You're allowed
Yeah,
to
I
restrain
just think
someone.
Vigilante.
I think it's a bit. They must do enough to incriminate the person, right? Because that's career-ending, life-ending shit that they do.
Well, they have to do the whole thing. They do it in a way where it's not entrapment. It's not a honey trap. They just set up like a profile in a chat room that's known to attract these people.
But
as
isn't
like
it
a
entrapment to
13-year-old
lure them in?
girl. No, because I think they do it in a way where they don't. Entrapment is only if you lead the person, I think. So they
Right.
don't. They literally just sit there.
But
and
by
just put the
putting
bait out.
yourself in that visual, like, so say for example, 14-year-old pretending to be an 18-year-old on Tinder,
Mhm.
is that not entrapment? Because they are putting themselves in that situation.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
interesting.
Well, that's how R. Kelly got done, isn't it? Well, initially, not for the stuff that actually got him sent down, but when he slept with that underage girl, the whole thing was she was in a nightclub with a fake ID. So he was like, as far as I'm concerned, she was 18, but she wasn't. But he still got fucking done for it.
Well, Akon didn't for that dance.
And that might have been a bit different.
Yeah.
He didn't
Just
piss
some
on
dance,
her.
mate.
No, he didn't piss on her. He didn't piss on her. To be fair, he didn't piss on her.
Yeah, I love them nonce catcher videos. I think they're brilliant. But I used to watch To Catch a Predator on TV, and that was fucking next level.
You like that stuff, yeah?
I just think I love watching the hope leave their eyes when they realise
No,
like
'cause-
yeah, you've got me on all angles here. You know when it's like, have you ever watched To Catch a Predator? I forgot the
No.
guy's name who used to present it, but it's like they get.
Is he the guy that was sexually abused when he was younger?
Nah, he's just
No.
a journalist.
Because there is a documentary
I can't remember.
on Netflix or something where the guy's, I think he's in the States and he just catches
Yeah,
them.
I've seen that guy.
Yeah.
Nah, this was just a guy. He used to do like Dateline, you know, like the American Crime Watch kind of thing. And he set this thing up where similar thing. They'd just set people up posing as like teenage girls on the internet, and these guys would like start talking to them. And some of them would travel like across state lines. They'd like drive for like 7 hours to just turn up to this house. Because they'd be like, oh, my parents have gone away for the weekend or whatever. And these guys would turn up with like, you know, a crate of beer and a pizza and whatever. And this like actress had come out who's playing the girl, and she'd be like, oh, hi, yeah, no, it's nice to meet you. I'm just going to go get changed, and you just wait here. And this guy's like, okay. Sits
And then
in
the
the
bread
kitchen,
comes out.
and then fucking Chris Hansen, that was his name, just walks out and just goes, how you doing there, John? Come a long way. And you just see him like,
I've seen that. Have you seen the one with the Indian doctor
nah.
who has a heart attack?
Nah.
Yes, man.
What, fully has a heart attack? I reckon that's a good. I reckon staging one would be a pretty good way out.
I don't know if he staged it, but he was a doctor and he was like, he just like fucking fell.
It's like that meme, and when he goes, "Fucking hell, I'm finished." Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it'd be fucking.
Do you know what I love watching on TikTok is when people get caught cheating.
Oh, what the ones where they go
Fucking-
Like
where
a
they
honey trap.
message?
No,
Nah, they
no.
like message that geezer in it, and they go, "Can you message my bird?"
No,
on
not even
Instagram?"
those. Like, walk in and catch your man with another woman.
Oh, nah, the funniest ones are the one where they message there's this guy, it's an account, and they're like, "Can you message my bird and see like if she replies to you and that?" And this geezer's just funny, just getting numbers off.
Would you do
birds
that
and then
to your
and then
missus?
going back,
Would I do what?
just like testing them?
and trap her.
No,
Yeah.
test her to see if she, like, gives in to a good-looking guy on Instagram. Should we set it up?
I mean, I don't know.
Do you
like,
think she wouldn't entertain it?
I don't know. Maybe I think
You've
too much of myself.
You've raised more questions here.
Yeah, I was going to say. Then it
I
comes
thought
back
you
to
were
what I
gonna
think of myself,
would
doesn't
be
it?
quite good.
I've got
Huh?
a really low self worth, so
What?
she might. I'm joking.
But what about her trust?
No, I don't know. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Should we try it?
If you want.
Who we get in there?
His missus.
No, but who we get? Who we getting to message?
The guy.
Yeah, what? Oh, that
The
guy.
guy.
The guy.
Nah, 'cause he doesn't seem the type that your missus would go for. He's like proper turkey teeth Essex boy.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I'd probably be all right. I think.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon you need someone who like plays for.
What if
like,
we're
Harlequins.
wrong?
I'd rather not know. I'd rather
Yeah,
not
that's
find
it.
The
It's like,
question is, would you want to know?
you're trying to fuck yourself, though, aren't you? Really, if you do
Yeah,
something like that,
but
it's
9
kind of
times
like self harm, isn't it?
9
Bit of
times out of 10,
emotional self harm.
the best.
9 times out of 10, these guys aren't even really with the girl. They're just chatting to her, and they want to know what's like. You know, you see it. They're like, I've been chatting to this girl for 9 months. We're not together, but
Oh, mate, Catfish was the best show. Do you remember? Catfish was
Catfish,
the
I used
one.
to love Catfish.
Yeah,
Did you watch the movie
Yeah,
about
the
when
movie
he
was
got catfished?
mental. Yeah,
The end.
They made a movie?
It's how
the
it
movie's
started.
the original. So Neve
Ah.
got catfished.
That's where
And
the show comes from.
he went digging into like who he got his mate Max in as the
Yeah, the grey
film
guy.
students, and they go digging into like the whole thing because he's like something's a bit fishy here, and then
Catfishy.
it turns out to be some fucking old bird,
Old
innit?
woman, yeah. Was she dying?
and she
I
was
can't
she
remember.
was posing as the niece of a family friend. Yeah, it was some very weird setup. But yeah, it turns out it was just like this married fucking 60-year-old.
Do you think there's ever been
lonely?
a version of it where
It's real.
no, they've been catfished, but then they still like the actual person?
Probably.
Or they
I
get,
haven't seen it.
or like, can you imagine if you got catfish and the person you actually got catfish for was fitter than the person in the photo?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
There's-
is it?
there's-
That would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Do you reckon it's happened?
Nah, the serious highlights I remember from that show. The best episodes of Catfish, in my opinion, were the one with the gay black guy, and he'd been fucking talking to this guy, and it turns out it was his cousin, and
Yeah,
his
yeah.
cousin had been going along with him the whole time. This woman, his cousin, it turns out she'd been catfishing him, and they were like, "Why have you been doing this to me for all this time?" And she just went, "You should have never said I look like a fat Kelly Price, motherfucker." That's what the whole thing was about. And then she was,
Now,
and,
I'm
and then
petty, but that's petty.
yeah, that's next level. And then they were like, and then he was like, "But it can't be you, man. I heard his voice. I spoke to him on the phone." And she's like, "Oh, it can't be me. Oh, what about now?" She drops the voice, and everyone's like, "Ah, shit. All right, that's mad."
No, but I do think some of those are fake. Like, if I was a catfish and I was pretending to be someone, do you think I'm showing up on fucking
yeah.
MTV to be like, yeah, it was me the whole time? Aren't I cool?
I also always had a theory. As
Or
well.
there's a lot of money involved.
You'd get a bit, but I don't think you'd get a lot. You get like a
If
day
you gave me
rate.
5 bags, I'll play along.
I reckon as well. I always had this theory that because it was always the same thing. It was always man talking to woman, and then it all gets a bit fishy, and then they finally track down who it is, and it's like some 30-stone man who lives in his mum's basement. I always had a theory that when this person came out, if the bloke just went, yeah, fuck yeah, I had a feeling, then they've just been chatting, he got real feelings for him and whatever. But when that person walks out and the guy's like, "Oh my God," and he's running off, I'm like, "Oh, you've sent them some nasty shit, innit?" Like you've had phone sex or something with that person, and
well, now they rarely ever talk on the phone or do video calls, do they? But it's a fucked up show, really, isn't it?
There was one episode I watched where it was a woman, and she was quite good looking, to be fair. And there was this bloke, and he lived in California, I think. And the bloke she'd been talking to was good looking. They both looked like they could have been like Hollister models back in the day. And it was the classic of like,
who was the real one?
So the woman was the one that was like, I think I'm being catfished. And the bloke was always saying the same thing. It was always the classics of like, my laptop's not working, my camera's broke on my phone. Oh, I've just had to move house and we haven't got the internet set up. All the classics. And they track this person down, go and meet them, and it's legit the geezer that she's been talking to the whole time, and everything he'd said to her was 100% true. It's like his mum and dad had split up, and he was living with his dad, and his dad was in between places and all this stuff. And it was just like, yeah, it was 100% true, just very.
Oh, there you go.
That's
one
good.
Is real.
So that was
I'd
the
like
one.
to
That
watch
was the
one
one
like
happy
that.
ending because then they were just
And
like,
were they together?
Yeah,
Did
like
she have
when
a kid?
Huh?
Did she have a kid? Like
Dunno.
before the episode?
Dunno,
No.
can't
I feel like I might have seen that.
I just don't know what to believe on TV at the minute. I watched a program at the weekend, a Channel 4 program where they go to one of the biggest housing estates like in Europe. It's in Glasgow. And they go and live with people who were on the poverty line, basically. And even when he's engaging with some of the people, he'll go into a chip shop and then just randomly start talking to someone. Next thing you know, he's like chatting to him at the house and stuff like that.
Who is?
The guy who's filming the documentary, he was like a B-Tech Ross Kemp.
What's wrong with that?
And it's just no, but it's just like this has to be set up. But you don't just randomly meet someone in a chippy
probably.
and then go round. Or he'd be walking in the car park and then like he'd have some like general meeting with them and just shout them and be like, oh, actually, yeah, do you want a lift home? It was like some kind of, it was like the start of a porn.
Have you been to Glasgow?
No, but it was like
they're chatty over there, bro. They're so chatty.
I know, but it felt like, like the start of a porn film where...
Never watched the start.
Where it's just where they'll pull up next to someone and be like, oh, hi, yeah, where are you off? Do you want to jump in? And then next thing you know, it was like that. But it just felt so
prime time
engineered.
And then see if the sink gets fixed and I'm done.
No, I disagree. I think you can. I said to you when we went to America, innit? I said, my exact phrase was, I'm going to Louis through it and just speak to people about whatever. And our first night in New York, we met that bouncer who was like, yeah, I'll play dice with you.
What was his name?
Corner.
I forgot his name.
I can't remember.
God, he was a character,
Can't
wasn't he?
remember,
I liked him. No, Ed was a character.
Yeah. But
Ed was a character.
you just get chatting to people. When our first night in LA, we get talking to that guy who was in the Bloods.
Yeah.
And we saw him again like fucking 3 nights later at another party. And this guy was just flat out telling us his life story. And he openly said to me and Raj, he was like, I was like, oh, I want to go to Compton. Can I see it? And he's like, oh, you shouldn't go down there. And I was like, yeah, but if we're with you, we'll be fine. And he was like, you could do. Like, he was flat out like, yeah, I'll take you to Compton if you want. I think if you do get talking to people in a way that's like, oh, I'm genuinely interested, I think a lot of people are quite open to be like, yeah.
So maybe I'm just cynical.
Well, look at all the videos that you see online of, people just getting stopped in the street and they're just like, how much do you pay for rent in this city? Oh, this much.
They look
can we see
fake as
Can we see
shit.
your place?
They look fake as shit.
Yeah, but there's going to be some people who are just like, you can do if you want.
Yeah.
You know they're fake because their apartments are always tidy.
Yeah.
Like, if you take someone, you're like, oh, sorry about the mess. I've not done my washing. I've not done this. I've not done that. It's always pristine.
They got cleaners though. Some of them yards are mad.
I just don't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah, it's
feel
all
like
pretty
you've been
set
wronged
up.
by the internet.
And TV and everything. I watch everything now with a high level of cynicism where I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, this isn't
Are you
real.
watching anything at the moment?
I'm trying to finish Top Boy, but I'm struggling because the plot's just not gripping me on the latest season.
Oh, the latest one?
When I saw Jack,
Who's Jack?
Jack, the woman.
Jax. Okay.
Jack, Jack.
Jacqueline.
Yeah, when I saw her having a bit of a moment, and
Women, am I right?
women. No, no, she was eating chicken and she had Frank's hot sauce. I was like, this is not real.
I've got Frank's hot sauce in my kitchen.
What's wrong with Frank's?
It's nice.
I just
Nice
think
on
that's
eggs.
not something that.
You like the Encona?
Yeah, I like something a bit more.
Your whole issue with Top Boy is that she was using Frank's hot sauce on her chicken. That's what turned you up. Me and him watched the last series on our flight.
Yeah.
And both of us at the end just went, eh.
Yeah.
It was a bit disappointing. But that wasn't the reason.
Yeah.
No,
I can't even remember the scene you're
I
on
don't
about.
remember Jax eating.
Nah.
It was when she was having a bit of a mental
She was
breakdown.
interested in.
When she was having a bit of a mental breakdown because of the baby and then started to get all self-righteous.
And she thought, do you know what will solve this? Chicken.
But her apartment was a bit of a mess, and she just had Frank's hot sauce on the side. I'm like, Jax want to eat Frank's hot
Me and
sauce.
Kazim met her in a jerk chicken shop.
Oh, so it's on brand.
It is realistic.
It's on
actually.
brand, yeah.
We met her in a jerk chicken shop in Shoreditch. She was very nice.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, and
She
did.
was
I'd
on
like to meet her,
ghetto.
actually.
Was she ghetto? Was she quite...
Nah, they
She
just
dressed
seemed-
like that in
It,
real life.
it was her. The you know the big guy that Jamie, his best mate that Jamie does in the car.
Yeah, the one with the
Him
like the plaits. Yeah,
Was it
him.
Kieran or something?
he's in Sex Education.
and one of the other ones from their gang as well in the show.
Gang, is that what you're calling them when they're out not working? Just
Yeah.
gang. Aren't
Yeah,
they?
or gang affiliated. Yeah. But it was like from it was like three of them that are like in Jamie's crew in the show. They were just they were sound.
Were they dressed? How they dressed in the show?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
it's
in
pretty
like
real then.
fancy tracksuits. Yeah.
It's just a bit too polished.
That is the issue with the newest ones.
The crackheads
The
don't seem like
best-
crackheads. It's
Yeah.
like the woman with the baby that's like a crackhead like
Yeah.
that. It's just like, that's not what a
The
crackhead
best
looks like.
series was the one when Sully and what's his name got to Brighton.
Yeah.
That was
And
the
the
best
house gets
series, 'cause
burned
it
down
was-
at the
'cause
end.
That season's horrid.
Yeah.
That's dark.
The new ones are too.
The one
polished.
before that's all right as well.
Yeah,
Where right at the end,
Summer House. Yeah, but the new ones are a bit. You are right. They're a bit too too.
they got
Hollywood.
a bit corporate.
Yeah, they're a bit Hollywood.
Yeah, and who's the character Little Sims plays?
Oh yeah, fucking
Angela?
Where she's having a
Nah.
negotiation to buy the nail shops, and they're like, "How much you want for them?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll give you 1.5 million." And they're like, "No, 2 million." And she's like, "Okay, 1.9." And they're like, "Deal."
But that
It's
was
like, that's the worst negotiation ever.
This woman's never been in a boardroom.
It was
She runs a nail shop.
And then she's coming out like, that was a sick deal.
The fucking Ashley Walters, he's just sat next to it. It's his money. That's what got me. You're letting her negotiate with your money, and you're watching how badly she's doing, and just going, yeah, like she's on work experience.
And the episode I just watched, she's kicking off because she hasn't got the money. She's like, "I'm leaving." He's
That
like, "This
is-
is because the money in it." And she's like, "No, it's because of you." And it's like, it's definitely because of the
It
money.
is definitely. Everyone on Twitter afterwards was like, "It's definitely about the money." The second he went, "I ain't got that money for them nail shops anymore."
She was like, "Fuck this, I'm
I
off."
know you've killed numerous people, but this is where I draw the line. This was my dream.
You came back with blood on your hands last night and no money.
There was so
I'm
much
out.
of that last season that the memes were incredible. Like the one when they were like fucking Deshane's been having anxiety attacks and heart problems for 2 seasons, but this cunt's been fucking sprinting on the run for fucking 40 minutes every episode.
And how many?
Seamless.
The other thing is, how many people has he killed and they just like not catch it? Do any of these murders get investigated?
So he's killed like 9 people.
So
by
he's
the
just
end of it. He's
bumping
just
people off
fucking-
left, right, and centre, and he's just
yeah.
like,
Finish it, because you may as well. You're in it now.
"Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to
But
finish it."
It is underwhelming, the last series.
Well, we did it on we did it on the flight from New York to LA. Yeah, so it's only 6 hours worth of stuff.
I
And
know
there was
it's-
one scene as well, because we synced it up, so we were both watching it at the same time on our phones, and there was one scene where both of us just went and then just looked at each other like dickheads. We were like, fucking Jesus Christ.
And another thing,
It was the last scene. Yeah.
do you think if you were that deep in kind of gang culture, I wouldn't know this myself, but it's when the character arc takes a bit of a left turn and they suddenly become all self-righteous. I'm like, this would never happen in real life.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot about the last few seasons of Top Boy that annoyed me. The one was when Deshane started sleeping with his solicitor, and then she set him up with the housing estate guy to clean all his money for her. This was like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was invest into this fucking estate, and he could have cleaned all of his money and got out of it. And then he's like, "Nah, fuck that. I'll run Summer House." And I was looking at that, and I was like,
but the estate would be gone. That's why.
yeah, but you can get out." This comes to your point, innit? Which is like, if you want out, you get out. You watch Power,
No,
innit?
but all of those people would be kicked out of London.
Yeah. It's happening anyway.
He obviously cares about that.
Nah, fuck him. Idiot.
I think they just swing too much one way and then the other. 1 minute they're like, I don't care about anything. The next thing they're like, oh, my mum's told me off. I better go and sort myself out.
Yeah, it did go a bit left. It was the slang that got me after a bit. I was like,
It was a bit heavy, wasn't it?
I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm a man in my 30s now. I don't know how the kids talk, but I'm fairly sure they don't go, "Who's man gonna done?" It's like, do you mean who you gonna kill? You know what I mean? There was a lot of it where I was just a bit like, this is an American in the writer's room.
I just try and introduce
guessing.
them into my everyday life now, though.
Yeah.
Just like, say less.
Do you say less?
Say less. Sometimes if
So
I
when
say it ironically, obviously.
when a client goes, thanks for this job, and I'll send you an email, you like say less.
Say
Don't worry,
less.
I've got
No, I say go, love.
This man says this man says KMT on Teams.
you. Do like
Love.
can you do like a read out a bit
Yeah,
of
do a monologue, do a Top Boy
a
monologue.
Top Boy?
Imagine you're in the cafe around the corner from my house. That's where that is. That's 2 minutes from me. That
Yeah, is what's sat across.
it's opposite the Lidl.
Right, let's see.
I want you to do a monologue.
All right, so you are.
Don't even give him a script. I reckon. Make
No, I'm not freestyling.
You're both of them people.
So
Who have you given him?
this is a food stall in the day where Deshane and Sully are eating. Deshane pops pepper from his own bottle
Is this
onto
Frank's
a
hot
patty.
sauce?
Is this your script?
He
No, it's
glimpses
Top Boy.
something in Sully's waistband. Bruv, are you strapped?
No,
Chill out.
you're not getting character, man.
Yeah,
You're
proper.
just
Like
reading
this.
it.
This
Okay.
is
Imagine
this is
your
a
agent-
casting call.
Your agent's come to
Okay.
you and they've gone, "Do you want to be in the next series of Top Boy?" And you've gone, "Well, that's good exposure."
Okay. Deshane. Bruv, are you strapped? Sully. Chill out, bruv.
You don't need to read their names. Just keep.
It's a gun. What the fuck do you mean, chill out? You fucking mad? Mad? Bruv, if he comes to stab me, I'm shooting him fucking dead.
I feel like you've switched up this Sully's energy and you've given it to Deshane. you've made Deshane an absolute cold-blooded murderer, and then Sully's the man of reason.
Do you want me to be the other person?
Better not.
Make him Sully, the
All
madman.
right, wait. Let me see. Put your phone next to mine.
What does this work?
Yeah, you airdropping him the thing.
Yeah. Does that even work? Airdropping me the.
You know who Jason reminds me of actually, because he's put his fingers through his hair and it's kind of a bit scruffy. You know the crackhead who turns out to be the undercover Fed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He
That's
does
who he
a bit,
reminds me
yeah.
of a bit.
Right. Who do you want to be? I've just sent it.
Can I be a.
Oh, I've got it as well. Here we go.
Right. Is there 3 characters on here?
I'll be
Yeah, there
Deshane.
is, but I'm off screen.
Who are you? Rikes.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be. No, you're Sully. Yeah.
Okay.
Brother, you strapped?
Chill out, bruv. It's a gun.
What the fuck do you mean? Chill out. You fucking mad?
Mad. Bruv, if he came to stab me, I'm shooting him fucking dead.
You're so calm for Sully.
Sully is calm. He's like
Are
kind of
you
calm
mental?
but mysterious, isn't he?
Sully is on smoke for the last 3 years. Say less.
Say love.
Better not be the strap you pop Lee with. You know what's gonna happen if you get caught with the gun. Life. That's 30 years minimum.
Ain't going to get caught, am I?
My phone rings. Yeah.
Yo, you and me need to talk. Come down to the snooker hall at 7.
I think Rikes is white, bro.
Yeah, but that's how they all speak on there. Alright, I'll drop it to be Central C instead.
All right.
Just you.
Who was that?
Rikes wants to meet.
Is that the white guy?
All right, fuck it.
He just wants to meet me though.
What do you mean he only wants to meet you?
It's what he said, innit?
What do you mean?
Bruv, I don't know.
We're meant to be fucking doing this shit together, Shane. Why don't you tell him that?
I'll tell him when I see him.
Right, so as the
See.
director, I've got notes. You know when you're doing the read through of the script and Raj reads his line, do you not read along to what his line is? Because there's like a 3-second pause before you respond to everything he says, like you're finding your place again on the script. But it's only a 2-page script.
I lost my place. I was like, where the fuck am I reading?
And they're just looking to his, and he's like, it's 1 page.
Now I'm trying to create intensity in the scene with a pause.
Fucking hell.
It's pause for
there's pause for dramatic effect, and then there's
confusion.
There's pause because now as a director, I think you can't read.
No, I was pausing because I was thinking in my head, I need to make this voice acceptable.
Well, I didn't do that for Wright because he's white apparently.
I think he is.
I don't know.
Yeah, the pool hall.
What, you reckon only a white man's going to be at the pool hall? Let me see what this geezer looks like. Oh yeah,
it's that Irish
kind.
guy, innit?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking
it's
brick.
the boss.
It's Bricktop from Snatch.
yeah.
Oh, well, if I'd have known that,
Yeah.
pass me the fucking shooter.
You want to run it again?
Nah, I've seen enough actually.
I kind of enjoy
we'll call
watching it. Yeah, don't call us. We'll call you.
Do you reckon I'll get a
Say
call
less,
back?
bruv. Say less.
Do you reckon I'll get a call back?
No, I think it's safe to say you won't.
I don't think
To be Sully. Could you imagine if you was the new Sully? That would be so mad.
I just can't see. The only part I can see for you in Top Boy is the undercover thing.
Yeah, you'd have to be a Fed. I think you'd probably be a Fed as
Yeah,
well.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could do some white collar crime.
I'm the Moroccan importer.
Yeah.
Hash.
Didn't you know him? Is that you?
No,
Oh, someone I know knows that geezer. I can't remember who it is.
no. He's the big guy, innit? Yeah. If I had height, that was me.
Should have been.
What could have been?
Every now and then I'd see like the open castings go out for the new series of Top Boy, and they'd just be en masse, just casting like kids in tracksuits, 16 to 18, come down to an open casting, and it was.
I got a tracksuit.
Yeah.
Oh, 16 to 19.
Yeah, imagine just all these
youths and
teenage youths as they're putting it, and then Raj is just at the back of all of them like that.
He's like, we've got a nonce here.
This is my corner. Yeah, there's one scene where Raj is just going, oh, I'm panicking.
Chris Hansen just runs out from the back like, we've got you.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
It wasn't, but well done.
Yeah.
I mean, neither of you were getting the part, so.
Oh, watch this space.
Well, I mean, I had the wrong character. That's all that was. I didn't read
Oh,
the
right.
character.
So it was the casting agent who did it wrong.
I reckon so. Yeah.
So you're watching Top Boy. I watched Manifest.
What's that?
Manifest? Have you heard of it?
No, not heard of it.
So first of all,
it's what I do in my diary every day, though.
It's
we
fucked. Because season 1 and 4 is on Netflix, and season 2 and 3 is on Now TV.
Yeah, one of them ones.
Good thing I'm doing all right in life. I've got both of them. So I watched it all, boshed it out in a week, yeah? And it's like Lost. The ending is just like meh. But the premise of the show is sick. So they're on a plane and they like get turbulence, and they like they're on the plane, everything's panicking. Then the turbulence is done. They land what they think is a normal landing. But when they land, they're 5.5 years in the future.
Okay.
So the premise is sick.
So they've gone through some wormhole things.
So it's like basically, it's like taking off in England and landing in somewhere in the future.
It was going from Jamaica
Landed
to
in
New
Japan.
York.
So it's more like taking off in Wales and landing in England,
I don't know how you've got to that from what I said.
because it's like being in the past going into the future.
No, they're 5.5 years. There's no flight that takes that long.
No, but it's like that just in general, isn't it?
What, no,
Well, you reckon it's the time difference?
That's what I'm like.
That's
How
some
has he
serious.
reached
That's some
this
serious
point?
jet
No,
lag.
it's like Wales is like 5 years behind England,
you
isn't
mean
it?
So
like that?
you're saying that Jamaica's 5 years behind New York?
No,
The flight was from
it's about
Jamaica.
100 years behind.
The flight was from Jamaica to New York.
Oh, was it?
They
God.
land in New York, what they think's a normal flight, and they're 5.5 years in the future. They look the same as when they took off. So they land, they see their family, partners have moved on,
That's quite a good deal. Though.
parents have died.
I hope I look the same in 5
Yes,
years.
except by season 4, we've reached the point where Noah's Ark is involved somehow, and Sapphire and God and all of these things. And it ends with them back on the plane You're not gonna watch this because I've made it sound shit.
I'm not going to watch it because you've told me how it ends more than anything.
Yeah, and it does sound shit.
And so the end is them on a plane, and the Grim Reaper comes on. Yeah, this is how wild it gets. The Grim Reaper. First of all, they all have powers. They can stop things happening. They hear
when did that happen?
voices throughout all 4 seasons.
Okay.
They have powers. They can see stuff happen. They can stop, like, they die and come back and all sorts of mad shit.
With the power of Jar.
But the ending is the Grim Reaper in a sort of smoke, right? And he's coming to kill them all because it's the end of the world. That's what they're stopping. They're stopping the end of the world.
It seems like there's like loads of different plot lines here going
Are they all
on.
Jamaicans as well?
No.
Because that for me would make it more entertaining.
There's a few Jamaicans.
Yeah.
And then, so the Grim Reaper's coming to kill them all, and it's the end of the world. There's a volcano erupting under America, which is how the apocalypse happens, apparently. And then how they beat the Grim Reaper is by shouting all the good stuff they've done through all the 4 seasons. And then the Grim Reaper just disappears. The plane lands, and they're back 5.5 years, as if the plane landed normally and their family's waiting there.
So it's all about the power of positive manifestation, hence manifest.
Well, yeah, manifest for that, and also flight manifest.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
a little play on words. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it's like a bad dream.
But yeah, lost a week watching that.
I didn't enjoy any of that from the sounds of it, and
I
like the premise. I just think they could have played it better.
But I also don't like that, like big Hollywood studios are paying people and funding people to do like bad. Remember English creative writing coursework, where the classic was to just do a really elaborate story and then end it with, and then he woke up and it was all a dream.
Yeah,
that's just what they've done.
Yeah, it's very Lost-esque, isn't it?
Yeah, Lost. Oh yeah, Lost was
Lost.
dreadful.
I was so committed, but apparently Prison Break's coming back.
Yeah, but the last season, Prison Break, I knew it was going to be shit, and it was even worse.
Never watched that all the way through.
But yeah, it's only
Season
worth 3. It's only worth.
I think I watched season 1. That was it.
Season 1's one of the best
sick
TV shows ever. Season 2's pretty sick.
Yeah, 3's all right. After that is shit.
Yeah.
I just lose interest. Same with Walking Dead. I can remember watching the first season. I was like, this is
That
mad.
goes downhill pretty quick.
And then by season 3, you're like, why am I still watching this shit?
I've just been watching Planet Earth.
I've run out of things to watch, so now I just swipe on Hinge and get people to tell me what to watch. Then I never speak to them again and watch it.
That's fair. It's good use of your time.
Yeah, so now I'm watching Killing Eve.
You've still got Apple TV, ain't you?
I got everything.
The Shrink Next Door is pretty good.
I started The Bear yesterday because Mike, shout out Mike, told me to watch it.
Yeah, I still mean to watch that.
Yeah, I'm 4 or 5 episodes in. It's nice because 20-minute watches, so it's perfect.
All right.
Yeah. You not watching anything?
Planet Earth.
I've been watching a bit of Planet
Earth 3, man.
Absolute Stonerville.
So you don't like Planet Earth?
Yeah, I do, but it's a bit of a high show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's better then, but it's still good. I just watch it and
It's just low
it's just
stakes,
easy,
isn't it? You'd like, what's the worst that's going to happen?
easy watching.
No, I don't like
The planet's gonna
snakes
get
and
wiped
shit
out.
at night.
Yeah. Worst that's going to happen is that you watch it and it's like, oh, this animal is being hunted by this animal, and
Yeah, but I'm fasting. I don't want to watch a lion eat a deer. That's going to tempt me, innit?
That's pretty.
And then David Attenborough will pop in halfway going, oh, the world's going to
There's
end.
too much plastic in the oceans. All right, David, just show me another
I
fucking
think he
frog.
shouldn't just be a voice. I think he should be on the side like the deaf person.
I mean, he's always in it.
No, but I want him on the corner at all times.
You can't overwork. He's
And
all
then,
drunk.
like, he kind of looks at the screen like a weatherman, you know?
Yeah,
Watching them eat.
Do you think when he
like
dies,
when-
he would be like a martyr?
probably. He's already a sir, isn't he? So David Attenborough.
He is David
He'd definitely get a
Attenborough.
Wasn't
statue.
his brother
somewhere,
His brother had some sort of title as well.
yeah.
Richard Attenborough. He was the Donnie out of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he was, isn't
He
it?
had some sort of title as well.
Is he the one that
MD or-
was trying to be Australian or something in one of the films and he didn't do the accent? And then at one bit of it, he's Australian.
I
Is
can't
that
remember.
him?
I don't know.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I just remember as a man from Jurassic Park. When's the new Jurassic Park coming out? They've got all the OGs back in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the original.
Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's back. The other cunt's back, whose name I can't remember. The main doctor who had the Velociraptor claw. All
Really?
that shit, they're all back. Yeah.
What about Richard Attenborough?
David's filling in, I think.
Is Richard dead?
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet they'll
died-
do an
died a long
AI
time
of him
ago, I
or
think.
something like that, won't they?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We went on the Jurassic Park ride.
Yeah, that's pretty good,
Yeah, that was
actually.
pretty cool. That was the one with water in it.
Yeah, and some toddler having a breakdown next to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the dinosaur above that got her, I think.
So we're on this Jurassic World ride at Universal, and all the lights go off, and these dinosaurs start popping out and jumping out, and this big fucking T-Rex thing comes over the top. And this kid just turns to her mum next to us and just goes, "A dinosaur's still extinct?" Like fully having a breakdown. And me and him were just sat there pissing ourselves. I'm not helping.
I think some rides are scary though, but I always think that when you go on a ride at a travelling fair, it's like extra scary.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because you think someone's put this up and they've probably been hung over and...
Have I told you this story? Is that why you said this?
No.
Me and my mates went drinking years ago at this pub that my mate used to work at. Always shut at 2:00. But we're in there this one night, full of travellers, just absolutely rammed. And it was the full-on, like, as stereotypical as you'd expect. We'd go into the men's toilets and they were all wearing fucking just blue jeans, like a white vest.
Same hairstyle as yours.
Same hairstyle as me, but
loafers.
They'd literally be in there running the comb under the tap and slicking their hair back like it was them. But they were so fucking funny. So we're just drinking with them all night. We said it got to about 2:30. We said to our mate, "We're like, when's the pub shutting?" He was like, "We're shutting when they leave." He was like, "They are spending a fortune." Absolutely rat-assed. We didn't leave until about 4, and they were still going. And then the next day, we're driving to football, and we're driving past the field by the pub, and they're just setting up a fun fair at like fucking 10:30 in the morning. And I was like, "You lot have not been to sleep." And they're setting up fucking Ferris wheels and that thing that spins around.
Yeah, when I went into Hull Fair, I went on the thing that spins round mad.
Yeah,
and I was actually screaming on it because it was not long after the Alton Towers thing. And I thought to myself when I was on the ride, this is genuinely scary because I think it might fail.
I went on the Smiler the day after the day it opened, not reopened. And the thing with the Smiler is I'd never been on it. I'd been to Alton Towers, but every time I went, there was an issue with the Smiler. So the first time I went, it was shut because there was a hydraulics issue. Second time I went, it was shut again because they found a screw underneath it and didn't know where it had come from. So they had to shut the whole ride down. Then the incident happened where the people got crushed. And then I went back. It was finally open. I could go on it. And my logic was, it will never be safer than it is now after that happening. So I sat
Surely you just use different colour screws.
What, so you can find where it is?
Yeah, so if you have a system whereby you paint all your screws... And so you go like orange, that's on the track, purple, that's on the cart.
Yeah, that's
then you know exactly.
That's actually a very smart idea. Yeah,
basically an engineer now.
Yeah.
Here's one though: how many times when you go to somewhere like Alton Towers, does a major ride, break down in a day? And how many times, whenever you go to a travelling fair, does a ride break down?
The rides never break down at the travelling fairs because there's no health and safety. At Alton Towers and that, if they shut a ride down for the most like minor thing, like they'll shut it down because they're like, oh, we need to check the pressure on something again because it's not quite there. Like it happened loads when we were at Universal. They just shut a ride for 10 minutes and just send it round, and then they'd just be like, come back in half hour. But that's because of health and safety. Like,
so did someone die on the Smiler?
No, there was like a woman who lost her legs, a bloke who like fucking got paralysed. They basically it was one of the carts got stuck on the track.
Right.
They didn't know, so they sent the other one round, and then they couldn't hit the brakes on the second one, and it just fucking ploughed straight into the back.
She was at the front, I take it.
Yeah.
And is that a legs exposed ride?
Nah.
You're in a cart.
It just crumpled. Yeah. Mad, isn't it?
It makes you think. I wonder what the chances of you getting injured on one of those rides is compared to, say, being struck by lightning.
I reckon they're very safe.
I think they're not.
No,
well,
they
are. Fort Park. You know Swarm, the ride Swarm at Fort Park. So I remember I went there the weekend it had opened, that ride. And it had been in the news 2 weeks before. They'd done a test run of it with crash test dummies in. Because in that ride, it's like alien spaceships crashed into the thing. So there's a point where you fly through a billboard that's been smashed through. And it feels like your head and your feet are too close to the bottom. And they sent through the ride with crash test dummies on with their hands up in the air. And it smashed their legs off and smashed their hands off. So they were like, yeah, we need to make that gap bigger. But then, 2 weeks later, I went on it and it was fine. They've tested.
You have your arms up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the chance of being killed on a roller coaster are 1 in 170 million, but the chance of being injured approximately 1 in 15.5 million.
What's injury though? Could whiplash be injury?
Yeah, like Rita, Queen of Speed, they tell you not to put your arms up because there was a girl who, remember Rita at Alton Towers? It was the one that had like 4 Ferrari engines in the back of it, and it went 0 to 100 in like point something second. Just
It would
fucking
snap your arms off.
Yeah, and there was a girl who put her arms up and it dislocated both her shoulders. So they were like, "We're not making it slower. Just fucking hold on to something."
Yeah.
The chance of being struck by lightning is 1 in 15,300.
So you're more likely to be
Struck by lightning. But that's in your whole lifetime, isn't it? I suppose it takes into account how many times do you go on a roller coaster in your life.
Oh, yeah,
If
there's
you
no
were
queues, I'm going on the
non-stop-
same one 4 times.
So it's basically the same.
Yeah. Yeah, spot on. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she got a massive payout for no legs, though, innit?
Yeah, they got big. Yeah.
Did you hear about the? Did you ever watch the documentary on Netflix about the family, the daughter who was dying? Did you watch that documentary?
You got to be
That
more
could
specific.
be, yeah, that's probably like 1 of
Um,
50 documentaries on Netflix.
Talk about Maya, I think it was called.
Nah.
And it's about this girl who's got this like really rare illness. But the way that the Florida medical system is set up is that there was this one woman that would put every parent down as over medicating, and the kid would be taken into care. So she was like just fucking all these people up, yeah. And so this girl, she like got put in a coma. They did like loads of private stuff in Florida because the laws are different. Paid for it themselves, put in a coma, and she felt way better. And then she had like a relapse, and then she went to a normal hospital, and then that's where this woman signed her off and got her taken into care. So the mum couldn't see her anymore. So the mum can't see her anymore, yeah. And then the daughter over time recovers, but the only way she got released back, you don't need to watch it anymore, I'm about to tell you. The only way she got released back to the family is because the mum killed herself and wrote this mad letter. And it went in the courts for like 4 years. And the hospital had to pay $220 million in compensation.
That's mental.
There's a condition for this though, because I've read an article about this. There's a condition where parents will poison their kids essentially to make them sick, because then they'll get all this sympathy from people, and it's the whole thing. Is this the bird who like she went on like Make-A-Wish days and all that because she was like this fucking sick
she was
kid?
legit ill.
Oh, sorry,
but she was on ketamine.
Oh,
yeah, that's the only thing that would solve her issue.
Yeah, we'll make you.
Yeah, you've had that as well, haven't you?
Yeah, me. Yeah, I was at ketamine therapy clinic in California.
I was there last week.
Yeah,
because there's people that take fentanyl, right, in hospital. That's like a legit drug. Different.
It's an end of life care. Yeah.
No, it's not. No.
It's what it's supposed to be used for now. Yeah, it's end of life, pain relief.
It's pain relief. It's not end of life in all cases. There's safe fentanyl.
Yeah, watch Dope Sick. It's not safe.
Would you try it? I'd try it.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The whole issue they've got with the fentanyl crisis in America is like it doesn't get you more high. It just kills you. So they just cut drugs.
So what do they mix it with?
All sorts. That's the problem.
So
Originally heroin.
Is
it's
it
an
heroin?
opioid.
Yeah.
But then they're mixing it with coke. They're mixing cocaine with it and stuff. In
We
America.
should do a heroin episode.
Yeah, could do. Especially with winter coming.
I mean, yeah, anything for a bit of a winter boost.
Would you smoke it or inject it though?
I'd smoke it. I think.
Yeah.
I'd probably
You'd
inject.
it, would you?
straight
Nah,
to the
I don't
veins,
like the thought
mate.
of it.
It'd be cleaner, innit?
I remember going swimming with my school once, and we were queuing up outside the swimming baths, and I just saw 2 geezers cooking up on a spade.
I say, I bet they were doing it in the fucking changing rooms, weren't they, in Birmingham?
Fucking honestly, they were just cooking up next to a bus full of school kids, just next to the fucking front of the.
Yeah, but remember New York, the tracks was just needles.
Yeah, in my hometown, we used to get threatened with needles.
Mm-hmm.
The
Donnies that were like, "Oh, my
yeah,
blood's in
give me
here."
some money or I'll stab you with my needle.
You're gonna get done. Yeah, top boy Nottingham.
Mad. There was this guy that used to have an umbrella, and he would just prick your leg with it, and he'd slip a little note in your bag, in your handbag, and be like, "Welcome to the world of AIDS."
Yeah. And it was happening. No, I'm not. It's an
That's a
actual
legit
thing.
story.
And there was when my mum used to work in Birmingham city centre. There was a solid like few month period where like all the women had to be escorted to the bus stop or the train station or to their car by members of staff in their office, because there was a bloke going around Birmingham with a needle injecting women and saying like, I've got HIV, have fun with that. Turns out they caught him. Turns out he didn't even have it. He was just a mad cunt. But they were like, yeah, we should probably do this. It's mad geezers.
It's that happened. Not quite that, but when I was in Kavos. Have you been to Kavos? Yeah, like my hotel, you had to walk past the big foresty bit. Do you remember that? Yeah? And then you get to the strip, and there was just a guy that would like run out the forest, take women, and then run back into the forest with them, and then just leave him. And he'd do it every night, so you weren't allowed to like. No girl would travel alone. He would just come out the woods and just steal a woman, and then.
Yeah, it's pretty. Them places are pretty grim.
It's like some mad Robin Hood.
And the whole thing smells like sewage.
Yep. I told you when we were in Zante, and there was where all the workers' apartments were. I couldn't believe it. One of the workers that we met was literally like, "Oh, we're staying down Rape Alley." That's what it was called. That's not like government official. Like it wasn't on the map, but that's
pronounced Rapé.
That's what it was known as, and we were just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Them places are grotty, man. Like when you look back now. That's where you go when you're like fucking 17, 18. Them places are.
It's like a war zone, isn't it?
Did you ever do them lads' holidays?
Yeah, but never to any of those places. Actually, this is probably a good thing to end on. Actually, that's one of the things that I was looking at over when I was back home for the week. I got the big box of all the old photos from when I went on holidays when I was a kid, and that was one of my first holidays when I went with my parents, but. I was allowed to stay to Cyprus, so Paphos, like Bar Street. Went with my parents when I was like 15 and my mates were 16. And we had our own apartment, so we were kind of allowed to do whatever shit we liked. So
sick.
It's quite nice looking at those photos.
Yeah. Did you party hard?
Yeah. Got beat up by the police on the first night.
Oh, that's happened to me.
But like really beat up. Like one perforated my eardrum.
Oh, fucking hell.
Lovely.
Dad doesn't know that story actually, so it's quite nice.
Yeah. I got slapped up by them for driving down a one-way street and nearly running them over.
I've got a very vivid memory of being on holiday when I was about 13, and we went down to this bar down the road, and there was just an Irish guy with a guitar. He just used to sing songs, and he sang this one song that has stuck with me ever since. He sang, "I was a muff diver for many's a year."
No, sing it. Don't just say it. I want to hear it.
You've got to sing it like what's it called?
End
shanty.
it on
I'll
that.
sing it, and it's
End it on that.
What's it called?
Outro.
Is it a shanty?
It's like a shanty, yeah.
Shanty.
I'll
Do you want the Irish?
Sing it like a shanty.
All right, I'll sing it like a shanty, but I don't want that. Because that's you don't.
No, sing it like a shanty.
Oh, okay. Oh, baby. That's not a shanty, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Into
so
the camera,
song,
man.
So
This is
was,
our outro.
right.
Outro.
Okay. The song went, "I was a muff diver for many's a year. I spent all me money on muff diving gear. Me goggles, me snorkel, me flippers, me tank. When I'm not muff diving, I'm having a wank." That was the song. He just sang it over and over again. Anyway, thanks for watching. Ta-ra.
Peace.
This has been The Word on the Streets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.